people, we're back again. This time we are now streaming on my side. Ollie's been having some internet problems. He's tried to get the stream back up and running, but it just would not let him at all. So I've decided to take over, obviously, the stream. So apologies if I do look a bit rocky-ish, because, like I said, I don't normally stream. This is the first time I've streamed in about, I don't know how long, probably, like you said, probably 22, 23, well, that's 22, 21 maybe. So
yeah,
apologies for that.
Time, yeah.
So as you can see now, Mitch Deere has now took that pole position off of Chris Big Pro with the 31.4. He's just literally just come into the pits now. Vicker has just crossed the line to go 31.7 in the Alpine. Obviously, both Alpine drivers were still in the fight last week for that Drivers' Championship, but unfortunately, they both didn't have an amazing result. So unfortunately, they are now both out of the championship fight. So the only two drivers now is obviously Probeli and Doran. But Doran currently down in P18 with a 33.6. I think Mitron Deere is currently, no, he's not on the lap, as you can see. I think Dom is, though. I think Dom has just started a lap, so we'll stay with him and see how good this lap's going to be. Obviously, opens the DRS's current lap time at the moment is a 32.6. So we'll stay with him then and see what he can improve on. Obviously, now he turns into that 90-odd degrees at the moment, and it's what his sector 1 time. He's currently 4/10 up on his time, so let's say at the moment he'll be around John Mobes or Preb 1. Really takes that curve, he's just thought there. As now he just goes past the Saphir, literally right next to the Saphir now. Unfortunately, we don't have control over that. I think in real life they are able to take control. Matt G has retired a 32.0. That is his best time. I think he has retired in the pit, so that is game over for him.
So as we look at Dom now, he's going down the Las Vegas Strip at the moment. Let's see how it's progressing. It's 9-10 sub. He's going to get a little nice toe from the Alpine, but as you said before, both of the Alpine drivers are not going to be competing for the Drivers' Championship anymore after a very poor Japanese Grand Prix. You have got the Mercedes of Chris Big Pro on an out lap, so he's going to try and challenge Mitro Deere. But here comes Don now towards the final few corners, really taking the final few corners very, very exquisitely through there. Now going to be flying towards the final corner and absolutely lever it and see if he can get through. So let's see how he does. P9 there for Dom. Really, really good lap from him there. That's a really decent little looking lap for him. Now, Chris Big Pro, he's now on his flying lap now. Let's see how he does against he's got Chadwick in front of him, and that's his teammate. And that's the Ferrari. Oh, my word. Chris Big Pro, in the friend in the needles there. Very, very good work there from him. Really cost him a bit of time though. Let's see how his first set is going to be. And sling into that one, bangs the one on the outside. He just has lost time, about 51 thousandths of a second. Now really pushing on down towards this sphere chicane section. Now really slings the car in, tucks the car into the apex. Now absolutely levers it towards this fast right-hander. It's going to tighten up on the exit point there. Now going towards the left-hander, flat out for his section now. Heavy on the brakes in this very tricky little left-hander. It's a bit similar to Baku this corner. Very good work from in there. He's currently up now on his time by 69 thousandths of a second as he goes down to this very long Las Vegas Strip. You can see Caesar's Palace on the right-hand side, and you can also see the fake Paris Eiffel Tower. Very lucky people they are, Las Vegas. All this lovely little tech and all this. It's definitely not expensive, to say the least. I'm just lying. So here we go. Prep 1 has got a 5-place grid penalty for contact with Alex Hogg, which is not too great on his side. But here we go. Chris Big Pro about to he's abandoned. He's abandoned. Yeah. He's not happy at all, isn't he? My word. He's not gonna have time. Let's have a look. No, not at all. The Vicar is currently on a out lap, to say the least. He's going to wind up for another. Where is Probeli? He's on a flying lap, and he's on the Las Vegas Strip. He's currently up on his time by 76 thousandths of a second. So Probeli we're watching now. This is the contender for the championship as it clouts the apex, rides the second one, very neat and tidy towards the final corner now. Here we go towards the line. It's a 131. That's not going to happen. It's going to be a 132 for Probeli. Very, very good work there from him. Now Staniek is currently on a flying lap. Yeah, so look, Staniek, there he is. Oh, he
Yep.
has got his that's Mitra Deer in front of him. He's on the lap. So if Staniek gets close enough to where Mitra Deer is, he's going to be giving standing at the toe if he's not careful. But it's just a little bit up on his time. He's got purple on the second sector, quite close to is right there, right behind him. He's going to get a little bit of a toe, not much, but he is going to get a little bit from Mitra Deer's Haas. So Mitra Deer now comes towards this final three corners, breaks hard into the final, this virtual little chicane, very similar to Singapore Sling, if you remember many years ago. Behind, is he going to extend that 131.4? Here comes Mitchell Deer now towards the line. It's Mercedes, and he's not going to improve. What about Halvor? In the Sauber, he's about to come through the sphere section, and he's.
So Halvor is currently. Oh, he leaves the backhand and hits the wall. I think that's his lap done. Halvor's lap is done by the looks of it. I think Doran might also be on a lap, so I'm going to quickly go on board with him, see how he's getting on. And he currently is about a tenth and a half up. Obviously, that's on the Sector 2 line, but he's currently down in P18. So his main rival today is up in P8. So if Doran doesn't improve by much, he's got a lot of work to do. Proberli's retired, but that's his qualifying all done and over. He couldn't really improve much anymore. So Doran then, main final straight, Ferrari gets out of the way. I think that might have been brass. So here he comes then. Doran, what's he going to do? He's really slowing down though, to be fair. He really is slowing down, that's it. No, 1.3 seconds slower than his previous lap. So Doran is down in P18. Proberli is now in P8.
Wow.
And Mitran Deer is on pole. And as you can see, Chris Brigg Pro, with again another good qualifying session from himself, is also
Alvor over to third. He just split the Mercs.
There you go then. So here the
Alvor gets third place, just about.
So here the qualifying results says so Mitra Deer is in first place with Chris Brigg Pro in second, Halvor in third, Stank in fourth, the Vicar in fifth, Wiggles in sixth, Alpine fifth and sixth, Maggi seventh, Proberli in eighth, Preb1 ninth, Dom in 10th, Billy G in 11th, John 12th, Sofinicalo in 13th, Silver Fox 14th, Orioglass in 15th, Red Bounce in 16th, Alex Haug in 17th, Doran in 18th, Brass in 19th, and of course Gogs, always at the bottom of the grid. Never, ever qualifies. I've never seen him qualify before, Ollie. Have you?
Do I have to answer that?
I tell you what though, I have been saying this, I'm going to say it on stream as well. If Gogs did qualify, he would definitely would have been up there for a championship fight, but like I said, and like we all know, for some reason he never qualifies. I'm guessing he doesn't really take it as serious as obviously everyone else really does. He's just here for the fun, which again, as long as we get good racing, we as commentators don't really care. But here we go then. Everyone getting prepared for their race, 25 lap race around here, Ollie. So hopefully it should be a good race.
It will be, yeah. And there's also another thing as well for Division 3 as well that going to be very happy about. They're in the desert, so rain on the car, they're actually going to have a dry race because poor them for the last 10 races. That's pretty much almost half of their season. It's been nothing but torrential rain. So today is going to be a nice dry season, well, dry race for them. Actually, we actually lucky in Division 1 and 2 to have it dry weather. So you're ready for another interview in the championship with 19 points between you and Burmeister. Are you really looking forward to going into this race tomorrow?
Yeah, I am, to be fair. I mean, I think Las Vegas is definitely one of my stronger tracks, especially after what happened in Japan. But yeah, no, Las Vegas is definitely a stronger track for me. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, Simple as that. As long as I'm close to Burmeister, then I'll be happy with that. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, and hopefully no safety cars or nothing like that will screw us all over.
I'm sure I could have ruined your party. I'll be like a massive roadblock.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. But yeah, so now obviously Division 3, they shouldn't really get any rain for these last few races now. Obviously, they're all pretty much in the desert. Abu Dhabi, Qatar is obviously the last two as well. As like you said, Ollie, earlier on, that this is kind of in the desert, so you don't really see much rain around here either. So at least the Vicar will be happy anyway with no rain for the last three races. I know you weren't happy last week when obviously Division 3 got rain in Japan, and then Division 2 was completely sunny and dry for the whole race. So you weren't happy about that, but now he shouldn't have to worry about rain anymore for the rest of the season at least. So yeah, let's see let's see what the likes of the Vicar can do, and let's just get everything up as well. So you can see mixed of medium and hard strategy around here at the moment. Quite surprising as well to see Mitron Deer on those hard compound tyres. Obviously, the top five are pretty much, as Oliver has now left. I believe he has lagged out. So I'm on my own for a while. But as you can see, Mitron Deer, Halver, Stanek, and the Vicar all on those hard compound tyres. So out of the top five, it's only Chris Pro on those medium compound tyres, and obviously the Wiggles. So both Alpine drivers are also splitting strategy. Same with the Mercedes drivers as well, also splitting strategy. Both Haas are doing the same strategy, and obviously Alex Haug down in P16 on those soft compound tyres, so he will be looking for, I guess, a more aggressive kind of style to begin in this race. As you can see, we've got 20 drivers in the session today, which is nice to see. I have seen quite a lot of people recently joining into SFR, so to all the new drivers, all the newcomers, welcome to SFR. I hope you enjoy your time with us. And obviously, best time to join, really, especially if you want to afford that full-time seat in next season's. Obviously next season, because that's the obviously when the new season starts, and everyone will be looking for a full-time seat then. But Oliver has just rejoined me once again, so hopefully he'll be back with us soon. As these guys are now lining up to get this race underway. It's quite a weird format with the grid as well, because it is also curved, as you can see. We've got the lights. We've got that Williams of Mad G really on the side of the track of his grid box, let's say. So you can see the McLaren on the starting to make that curve. It's a bit of a weird one, as these horrible camera angles is not the greatest, but as you can see, it's not very straight at all. So here we go then, with Mitron Deer. As Oliver's again network error, but here we go. 5 red lights. Who will get this? Oh, we've got a drive-through penalty from Mad G. So he's completely Mr. Mr. Wiggles has somehow taken the lead. I don't know how. So he must have had a fantastic start and taken the lead of this Grand Prix. So great start from there. Mitron Deer has fallen all the way down to P4. So not an amazing start from here. So Mad G, obviously, with that drive-through penalty, is up to P3. Crispy Pro not really gaining any positions, really, but he stays with Mr. Oh, Crispy Pro's hit the wall. He's lost his front wing as well. We've got someone else's spun. Dom spun. I don't know exactly what's happened to him, but he's gone round. Paperli's still in P8. That's fine with him at the moment. So Mad G and Crispy Pro are really fighting each other here, but Crispy Pro has got that front wing damage. He hit that that outside wall a bit too hard there. So he has currently got that damage. As you can see now, he's just gone past. Mr. Wheels is 1.9 seconds up at the moment. Obviously, he got that fantastic start. I don't know if it was really a jump start or we got a glitch with the lights. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. But Crispy Pro will be looking to get that move done on Mad G using that ERS, well, we won't get DRS, but mainly Slipstream and ERS to try and get past Mad G. But again, Mad G looks like he's using some ERS to defend against. But further down, not really seeing any of the overtakes. All we're seeing Dom and Brasco is side by side at the moment. Who I wonder who's going to get out of that battle, but it looks like Brass has also got some front wing damage as well. Oliver, you back with us?
Yes, I'm back. Quite
There we go.
To know. Yes, I'm back with you. If you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. All good. So Mad G is also back.
Right. So yes, I'm back.
As
Mad G will take us.
Yeah, so Mad G is in the pits. He's obviously doing that drive-through penalty for Burley.
A P6. He's not doing too bad. So.
Yeah, so he's currently in B6 at the moment, and we've got his championship rival Doran. He's also gone up to P13. We're going to remove that because we don't really need that at the moment. So for Burley, currently P6, exactly the position he really needs. Like I said, as long as he finishes, he has a clean race, he should be okay to take that championship away and run away with it, really. 2.2 is now to get between Chris Big Pro and Mitra and Deer. Mitra and Deer, obviously last week's race winner. So DRS will now be enabled, and with the DRS how it is in this year's game is going to be difficult to defend against, and I'm expecting this to be quite an easy overtake for Mitra and Deer. I think the DRS has kind of moved a little bit forwards than it was in the previous game, but it still don't help the fact that it's really powerful, as you can see. He gets past Mitra and Chris Big Pro with ease.
We've got a fight in the midfield, by the way.
We've got McLaren, who's looks like he's going to trying to make a double overtake, but he gets that move done on Gog. So Gog's made a good start from the back of the grid, go up to P12. Got Alex Haug and Doran also battling it out. I think Doran has lost that position now, so he's down to currently P14. So it's not great for him at the moment. But Dom is currently in the pits. I'm guessing he's got front wing damage. As Mitra and Deer, like I said, has also already got past Chris Brick Pro, and both teammates of Stanek and Chris Brick Pro and right next to each other. So let's see if there's any going to be team orders. But further down, we've got a Ferrari of Alex Howes and Gogs also trying to make that move. We've also got a Red Bull of Doran trying to also go for a move, but Doran locks up and then he goes into the back of Gogs, but they all get away with it.
Wiggles is still currently 2.7 seconds ahead of Crispy Pro, but Crispy Pro is still a tenth behind Mitra Deer, really harassing the Haas at this moment in time, as his teammate Staniak is another 3 tenths behind, and it's all sorts of problems. Crispy Pro really pushing the Haas car of Mitra Deer. So right now, as it goes towards the strip, as you can probably see, Crispy Pro is now overtaken Mitra Deer, and Staniak is opted to stay behind for now. But as you can see in the background, that's Billy G overtaking John Mobes in the background. Also, Preb 1 is overtaking John Mobes as well. So John Mobes losing 2 to the drivers that's just overtaking him, as Mitra Deer now is going to try ladies, but he's going to be never to the Vels to turn 1. He's got to stay behind for now. Where is he? He's had a little look down the inside, but also Halvor I would look down the inside as well. Little look with the brakes as seen before. Prep 1 is overtaking John Mobes now, and go as John Mobes stays ahead. Good work there for the drivers around each other. Doran is just struggling at the moment, still.
I believe we have lost Oliver once again, unfortunately. So yeah, as he was saying, Doran is really behind the Gogs at the moment. Can't really make his way through at the moment. 1.6, so Gogs is starting to lose a bit of time towards the back of the field. We've got Ferrari really losing the back end there of Alex Haug in P12. Let's quickly go up to further in front of the field in that obviously front field pack. 2 seconds of gap at the moment between Chris Big Pro and Mr. Wiggles. So it was about 2.6, I think, previous lap, but Mitra and Deer and Chris Big Pro seem to be just trading DRS at the moment. I think Chris Big Pro does have front wing damage. I did see a little some debris that fell off his car on the first lap, obviously hitting that inside wall, going up towards the Saphir. But yeah, at the moment, it looks like Mitron Deer and Chris Big Pro is at the moment just trading DRS, trying to catch up to Mr. Wiggles, as Mitron Deer has just put in the fastest lap of the race with 34.6. Let's go further down to those McLarens of readabouts and Preb 1 and see if anything's happening there. I think the Ferrari of Alex Howes has just also got past.
Oh.
Gogs has also caught up to this battle now, as unfortunately we have just lost Oliver once again. So Gogs has caught up to the back of this pack again. John really going wide there, so it might give the opportunity for Gogs to maybe go around the outside here. This is going to be a good move if we can get around the outside. Late on the brakes, does he get that move done? Yes, he does. That's a great move for Gogs, but he does kind of look at that quite a corner there, so he might have got a warning for that. But yeah, great move from Gogs, up to P12 now, after the McLaren made that mistake. So Gris, Brig Pro and Stanek has also seemed to have swapped positions at some point. So Stanek is now up to P3, but obviously with that penalty from Stanek, it's currently 3 seconds, so it is a time limit warning, as we got Halver getting past Chris Brig Pro and maybe even Stanek, so it might be a double overtake here for Halver, sorry. And he does get that move on both of the Mercedes drivers, as Chris Big Pro was having a little look at that. And then we've got an Alpine of the Vicar also trying to have a look at Proberli, the championship leader, of course, and could potentially win this, win the whole thing at the end of this race. But yeah, quite a big gap here between the Vicar and Billy G at 4 seconds at the moment. Tyre advantage at the moment is maybe going towards more Mitron Deer now. Obviously 5 lap old mediums compared to 5 lap old hard compound tyres, so I think it's split off between the two tyres is maybe starting to come in. In the middle of the pack, got Alex Howard is now up to P10. He's also got past Preb 1. Oh, got the McLaren of Renabout's going really losing the back end, and that gives the Alex Howes the position, no problem at all. As now we've got Preb 1 also going for that move as well, and then also Gogs also getting that move done as well. Once again, I think Redabout's maybe had a bit of contact with, I think it might have been Preb 1, so he gets that move done. And we've got John Moves also starting to lose a bit of time, so this pack right at the back is stuck behind these guys. John Mobes currently. So John Mobes at the moment has lost that DRS. We've got Stannard getting past Halver for P3 once again. I think he was in P3 a lap ago, really. So he must have lost it at some point this lap. Whew. Trying to take a breather here. So Chris Big Pro, P5 with a Proberli in P6, but at the moment Mitron Deer, we've also got a move there for Stanek and Halver. I think Stanek has defended that position, but Halver will get the DRS for this one of these straights, one of 2 DRS around this circuit, sorry. As Halver gets that move done up to P number 3 on Stanek. So hopefully now for his sake, he can now start pulling away and maybe catch up to Mitron Deer and Mr. Wiggles. And Mitron Deer has really got the pace today. He's now a second off Mr. Wiggles as Dom gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Right, I'm back now. So what's going on is my missus is very kindly to use the hotspot on her phone to see that works. So hopefully that doesn't play up. So let's hope that works.
Yeah, we'll have to see how you get on, Oliver. At the moment, you're very clear at the moment. So hopefully that will continue throughout the rest of this race.
I am sorry. I thought it must be the main comms, but at this moment you're looking at to take over for me because I don't know what's going on. I think the room I'm in at the moment is just very weak. I don't know what it is, but I'll have to sort out another day. But here we go. And Crispy Pro are fighting. So Crispy Pro has just been overtaken by Probelli. All Probelli needs to do is just finish. That's all he needs to do, and he'll become the world champion. So at this moment of time, he is just plundering along, just minding his own business. So Doran has just got punch on Mobes again. He's now gone into P13. So
Oh,
He's
we've
not
got a
doing too
spinner.
badly. Oh,
That's
what's
Mad
going
G.
on? We got Ox.
I mean, and Gogs and Mad G, they may or may not have made contact. They basically went off at the same point, so I don't really know what's happened there between the two, unless they just completely lost it on their own. But they've now obviously got fallen down. Gogs with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he's DNF'd as well. He was in that battle, in midfield pack really, so he weren't happy about that incident, and he's now retired. As you can see, a lot of lockups now. That's affair with Chris Big Pro. Obviously, Chris Big Pro doing well at the moment with that front wing damage, of course, as well. He's still with this leading pack. Mitron Deer has now caught up to Mr. Wiggles, so I think the cut-off time between the tyres has now already come into effect, as Mr. Wiggles looks like he's now starting to struggle on these medium compound tyres. So it should be quite an easy overtake for Mitron Deer here. Obviously, like I said with the DRS, it's obviously moved. It's a lot shorter than it was in last year's game. So with the DRS, should get that move done nice and easy, no problem. There we go. Mitron Deer now in the lead. Obviously, last week's race winner as well. So Mitron Deer has really caught up with really got really quick in the last couple of weeks. So fair play to Mitron Deer. Obviously, I'm guessing he might be helping out with the constructors fight. I don't really know what's going on with the constructors fight at the moment. I've not really been following that, but by the sound of it, I believe Haas might be in the lead, and Mr. Wiggles has now come into the pit lane to go onto those hard compound tyres. So he's now fed up with those medium compound tyres.
Crispy Pro is also pitted as well, and he hasn't gone for a wing change as well. So he thinks in his mind the wing is fine. As you can see, there's still a big fight going on between John Mobes, Doran, and Mad G. These lot are still fighting in the midfield. That's Mr. Wiggles going around the outside, who's just stopped, and he's just overtaken John Mobes around the going to try and fight Mr. Wiggles back, but it looks like he's come to no avail. There comes Doran now towards the inside of John Mobes, got into this right-hander. He's got to give him the room, and he does so brilliantly, and that's Doran up into ninth place. So if he can try and keep up with Mr. Wiggles here on those hard compound tyres, that will be a bonus for him. But Doran got a little bit deep there going into the sphere, and he's now out of the DRS of Mr. Wiggles, and he collapsed the wall for good measures. John Mose is literally falling down the order now. He's getting harassed by Mad G and also Crispy Pro, who's struggling in the traffic. He came out in a bad spot after the pit stop, so now he needs to get past these two as prompt as he can, and he's pushing Mad G towards the wall there, almost giving him a bit of a bump there. So at this moment in time, it's going to be very close between all these guys here. Can Crispy Pro get past these two guys in front of him so he can make progress in the Mercedes? Because the guys in front of him are going to stop very, very shortly. That's Halford and Staniak and Mitra Dia. So it's going to be quite close at the moment. Look at that, that's Dora around the outside of John Mo's going to get the move done. And, sorry, Maggi. Oh!
Massive contact. Huge contact between Doran and Mad G. Someone's completely nearly lost their front wing, but luckily I think Chris Big Pro's got caught up in that because he has front damage as well. Yes, he has some massive damage as well, so he's really got caught up in that. That's not what he needed. So he's got more front wing damage than he did last time. So Chris Big Pro's luck today is just not good at all. The Silver Fox and Doran is also now starting to make some moves. Obviously, Mad G has also got that damage as well, and so Silver Fox gets that move done up into P11. So yeah, good move there from them. Moving further up to the front pack, of course, Mitron Deer has now extended that lead up to 1.9 seconds. Halbert is also now going to start to have a look at Stanek, of course. The Vicar is 1.4 seconds off this leading pack. So at the moment, it's all the Vicar that's might take the win here. Obviously, he got that fantastic start at the very start of the Grand Prix, which I think he started P5 or something, and somehow got into the lead with that start. So yeah, that's the best start I've probably seen in SFR this season by far, and that's really helped him with Vicar's race. But yeah, let's see how Vicar can get on with this. Obviously, Mitron Deer is only a couple of seconds in front.
Crispy Pro contact with the ball again, and they're not going to be overtaken by John Mobes again. But is Crispy Pro going to go to the Prince for a new front wing? He is, and John Mobes is going to follow him in.
Yeah, so Chris Big Pro really has just not had the race. He was obviously with the leading pack, with the Wiggles and all that, but he's also retired, so that's very unlucky there for Chris Big Pro. So that's his race over. Obviously, his teammate at the moment is doing well. He's currently in P2. Obviously, he hasn't stopped yet, of course. As I'm actually getting confused between the Vicar and Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles is currently in P8, not P5. So I was about to say, how was Mr. Wiggles got really close to the leading pack straight away, but he hasn't. But yeah, no, let's see what Mitch and Deere can go do on those medium compound tyres. Obviously, Mr. Wiggles should be taking the advantage right now, obviously, with Mitch and Deere's old 10-lap old hard compound tyres compared to 2-lap old hard compound tyres. So Mr. Wiggles will try and take a full advantage. Obviously, he's got no traffic around him as well, so he's got to take full advantage of that. As Halver and Stanek still fighting, as Proberli is also in that battle with Proberli. I wouldn't think he would be trying to fight too hard. He just wants to get this championship all wrapped up and just basically have fun for the last remaining 2 races. But yeah, Proberli, what a season he has had. 77 points ahead of Doran at the moment, and that is what you call consistency. It's just amazing from his performances so far this season from Proberli. He's just kept it consistent, kept it clean, and that's why he is 77 points ahead in the Drivers' Championship.
Also, another thing as well, that when it comes to Proberli, and also it's when you say consistency, it's just been consistent throughout the 22 weeks we had here in this. We went from a part-time calendar to a full-time calendar this season, and my God, has it been a long season. With F125 just around the corner, it won't be too long until that we have a shutdown calendar to get in time before the F125 game, which I'm going to be honest with you, I am scared about, to be honest, because this game has been absolutely god-awful. Let's not go over ourselves. It's not been the best F1 game in the world. But here comes Al Vaughan out on the back of Standing it now to see how he gets past him.
Yeah, that DRS assistant should help him, but he doesn't. He goes side by side with him straight away before he even opens that DRS. And he should get that move done. Yeah, fairly simple there from Salva. So he's now up to P2, and he's 2.3 seconds off Mitch and Deere. These 3 guys is really, if any of these 3 guys want to take the win here today, they really have to work together and not battle too hard between the 2. But Proberli was looking for a move on Stanek. Couldn't really get that move. He might go for a move down into turn 1. He goes to that inside line, but Stanek doesn't really leave him in the space, which was final. Oh no!
Oh no!
He's completely lost it. Proberli did get caught up with that, but he didn't have any damage. That was very lucky there for Proberli that he did not get any damage, but Stanek's completely lost it. Literally did a 360 turn with that, obviously hit that wall as well, and he's got damage on that front wing, not as bad as his teammates Chris Big Pro. So he could carry on until pit stop window opens, but yeah, completely lost the car. Back end went, and that's him into the wall. But luckily, 316, he could get going straight away. And luckily for Proberli, he hadn't got any damage.
If you were last, you had one of your lucky poker chips in a blackjack game. He must have had a massive amount of luck and counted one of his lucky starts here in Las Vegas, because that is honestly a big accident. Like Formula One, that's the front wing gone. You can say see you later to that. But my God, Pirelli is so lucky, to say the least, because that is one of his lucky chips that's just been taken away. I just gave him like one of his extra life giveaways. He just gave it to himself. But it's unbelievable how Tarhas is. But now that gives Estefan the figure back into play now. And he's the back of Pirelli, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We've got Mr. Wiggles in a fight with Prep 1, and he's overtaking him now into 7th place. So Mr. Wiggles is now moved up into 7th place now, 4.2 behind Billy G, so he's going to try and push on. Then that's Pirelli into the pits. Now, has he got wing gap damage? Because from our end it doesn't, but has he got proper wing damage on his head, in his car's...
Don't look like he's got damage.
Let's have a look.
No. So So we go straight
No
into
wing
the pits.
change. Very.
So a very good pit stop there from the Haas team. A 2.8 second stop, of course. As we all know, it's 2.8. We all know, as long as you get your markers completely spot on, it's always 2.8 seconds in this game. So Proberli on those medium compound tyres, and the gap between Mr. Wiggles and Proberli is about 6 odd seconds. So Proberli has got to gain 6 seconds on Mr. Wiggles to maybe take that win. And also, he's also going to try and get that undercut on Vicker, Halver and Mitrandir as well. Obviously, he was in that battle for all that as well. So let's see if Proberli can do that, of course. So these guys are now starting to spread out at the moment. I think the closest battle at the moment is between Magi and Silver Fox. So we'll stay on board with Silver Fox for now. Like I said, closest battle is with these guys. Doran is also behind as well, and also Alex Haug also getting close to these two as well. But yeah, Silver Fox with DRS will get close to Magi. Maybe not even get the overtake done. He's maybe too far ahead, but maybe just trying to save his DRS a little bit. Obviously, I'm helping with the DRS, and now we've got more guys coming into the pits with Halbert and Mitrandir. So let's see where these guys come out compared to Proberli.
Proberli now just goes towards the main straight now. He's about to approach the final corner. I think Mitrandir will be ahead of his teammates, but only just. So here he goes now. On! That was Prem 1 just getting ahead of Mitrandir. Ahead of Proberli. No surprise now due to the fact that he had a massive issue with the Mercedes in front of him. But Prem 1 is ahead now of Mitrandir. That's going to give him so much nuisance. He's going to be slow through the second sector. He's going to cost Mitrandir so much time. The Vicar will be noticing this on the track map. So right at this moment in time, it's going to be very close between Mitrandir and Halvor. No, Prem 1, very close between the two of them. But it looks like Prem 1 is just literally holding up the Haas. He's moving out of the way. Why? I don't know why, but he's gone out of the way for him. Oh, well, that's sort of helped him out a bit. I would have just carried on with my race and just help out my teammate, but it looks like he hasn't. So that happened, to say the least. So Prem 1 now, he's on the way now. He's now. Yeah, carry on.
Maybe Preb 1 is just nicking the DRS out of Mitrandir a little bit, maybe just trying to help him a little bit. Obviously, like Preb 1 doesn't really need to fight Mitrandir at this moment in time. So Mitrandir does get the Preb 1 does get the DRS on Mitrandir. I'm not expecting him to make an overtake, just get that DRS, get that little bit more of top speed, of course, because obviously with Preb 1 it might help him in that midfield pack at the moment. So Mitrandir 2.7 is a gap between himself and Mr. Wills, and now Billy G and Stanks has also come into the pits. Doran gets that 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and that's in the pit lane, so he might be able to get rid of that, because it's a bit odd that he's got that in the pit lane, but we'll see about that, see if we'll see anything with that. But Mitrandir Halver was also there. Halver's surprising that he's actually there, to be fair. 2.8 seconds off Mitrandir at the moment. So Proberli is going to try and make that move on Halver as quickly as possible. But again, with Proberli, doesn't really need to take any risks around here. His main aim today is just finish that race to bring that championship home. So with Proberli, I think for him's sake, it would be nice for him to get that win. But at the moment, he is currently about 6 seconds off, I would say, off Mr. Wiggles. Obviously, Vickers still got a pit as well. 9.2 is the gap between Wiggles and Vickers. So at the moment, Alpine 1-2. But as like I said, Vickers still got to come into the pit, so I'm expecting the Vicker to come out maybe obviously behind Proberli, a couple of seconds off Proberli. So Proberli, with the DRS assistance, once again, we'll get that move done nice and simple. However, not really fighting that. I think, again, if these two want to catch up to the next two of Mitrandir and Wiggles, they need to start working together, as the Vicar have now come into the pit. So Wiggles will now take that lead of the race.
So Mr. Wiggles will now take the inheritance lead, but as you can probably tell, the fight of the lead is between the two Haas boys and Halvor. So Proberli right now into the second place, provisionally P2, because Mr. Wiggles has not stopped yet. So at this moment in time,
Mr. Wiggles has stopped, so he can go to the end.
Mr. Omega has stopped. So right now the race for the lead is on. So Pirelli can just get to just try and catch up with his teammates. He can have a chance, but it depends on tyre wear as well. How long the medium tyres are going to last compared to the Michael Tom car compounds, then they will go to the end of this Grand Prix. So at this moment of time, it's down to durability of see if Mitridia can hold on with those tyres compared to the tyres that Halvor and Pirelli have. So the chase for the lead is on. So what's going on down the field? Silver Fox is now stuck behind John Mobes. He's currently 4 tenths behind. We've got Prem 1 on the back of the Mercedes of Staniak, who's 5 behind. That'll probably be an overtake over between those two. So, and as you can see, Halvor on the back of the Haas. There's a yellow flag in the sphere section, but looks like it's just been cleared. So must have just got off track. Here goes Halvor, about to overtake the Haas Arbelli. This is for third. And as on the inside, he has the inside line. There's no way for Pirelli to fight, and that is Halvor through. Anyways, have a look at Silver Fox as he's about to overtake the Williams of Oreo Glass, but at this time, Doran in the Red Bull, who's having a miserable race at the moment down at P14. He probably knows that the championship is pretty much all done and settled now, and it's carved on a big silver trophy with Pirelli's name on it. Silver Fox at the moment is trying to break hard and see if he can get past Oreo Glass, but Oreo Glass holds on only just. Pirelli, I think, is trying to look for a move, I think, on Halvor, but he's looking he's backed out of it. And as it comes Doran on side, Silver trying to get the move down the inside of the turn one. No, he breaks early and backs out. So Doran trying to push on and see if he can try and get a top 10 finish, but it's looking pretty unlikely he's going to make the championship. The championship done now. Pirelli, all he has to do is just finish as Doran is running his own race. Have a look down the inside again of the RB, but none to no avail. So Doran is a step behind the RB a lot more longer. And as you go to the CS section, there is Oreo Glass. This is just making his own little train. Silver Box and Doran behind him. So Doran is just struggling at the moment. He's just not going to get past as Pirelli gets past Halvor. That is for third place, so that's in the DRS zone. So that is him through. And Prep 1 is now trying to overtake 2 cars of Alex Hogg and Stank. And as you can see, gets past the both of them, and that is Prep 1 into the 7th place position now. As Mitch Radir caught up to Mr. Wiggles.
Yeah, so I was on board for a while with Mitron Deer. I thought he was going to maybe go for a move down the strip, but he backs out of it. With Mitron Deer, I think he would need to try and get past Mr. Wiggles as soon as possible, because Mr. Wiggles' tyres will start to be coming into effect towards the end of this Grand Prix, where Mitron Deer's tyres will start losing grip. But yeah, we'll have to see when Mitron Deer gets that lead and see if Mr. Wiggles can keep up with him, of course.
So Mitchell now pushing on to see if he can get past him as still fighting to win and Prep 1, but looks like those two have just started to settle down now. So let's see how this will play out there between Mitchell and Mr. Wiggles. Pushing on now is Mitchell as Doran. It goes up into 12th, it takes both Oreo Glass and Silver Fox. So Doran is up into P12 now. That's up a couple of positions. Let's see if Mitchell Deer can get past Mr. Wiggles. He has got limited time with his tyres though, because those tyres will degrade a lot more faster than Mr. Wiggles' hard tyres. So Mr. Wiggles is in the driving seat at the moment. And Halvor overtakes Pirelli once again. As this moment of time, as Pirelli's case, he will get P3 because Halvor has got a penalty of 3 seconds for exceeding track limit. So Pirelli, is he going to have a little look at as Halvor here going into turn 1? He should be, but he's going to have a little look at it, and it's going to be a no. So Mitradia, let's have a look at him going around turn 2. So let's see if he can get past that Alpine on Mr. Wiggles. I tell you, Mr. Wiggles is looking very comfortable on this. Here he goes. Is this Mitradia having a little look? He's having a look down the inside, going to give Mr. Wiggles a warning, saying that he is there, but not at this moment in time. So, Mitchell Deer putting the pressure on him, 5 laps to go. looking around, it's flying towards this sphere section, as you mentioned before, Owen. Very, very difficult braking zone because you're braking and turning at the same time.
Yeah.
And when you have people with ABS off, it's a very, very difficult corner. I mean, how many times you've suffered for that in the past? I mean, there's one section in F120. He keeps banging on about. Did made a slight error and sort of went into the back of.
Oh
well,
yeah, I wonder who that was.
It was definitely not me. It was Crest the Clown that was driving that car at the time. It was definitely not me. I did send my apologies to him, and it's definitely not going to happen. There's somebody goes, Mitra Dia, taking Mr. Wiggles for the race lead. So Mitra Dia is now the race leader. Now he needs to get away because Mr. Wiggles' tyres will be. So right now it's going to be Mitra Dia if he can hold on to that race lead because Mr. Wiggles' tyres will be in prime position. He doesn't have to worry about tyre. It's still looking at the back of Probelli, who's just holding him up at this rate, but Probelli doesn't even care. He wants that podium position as outright, not by penalties. So Mr. Wiggles is going to chill out and see what he can do. As Doran is overtaking John Mobes now into 11th place now. So Doran never position, as now he's 6.3 behind the next McLaren, which is Reed Doubts. So let's see how that all plans out. So, Mr. Wiggles, let's see what you can do against Mitra Dia. This is probably around a 6-lap tyre difference between the two cars. Mr. Wiggles on the older tyres, 12 laps compared to 6 of Mitra Dia's medians, but at this moment in time, it really doesn't really matter because the thing is, Mitra Dia is on the Mr. Wiggles, so at this moment in time, it's Mr. Wiggles to be very, very durable on the tyres. He's probably going to settle back behind him for now, save the ERS, and then wait for the final laps to really kick in and see if he can overtake that car. As Havel's probably going to do it the same. As you can see, Mr. Wiggles had 2 looks there at Mitra Dia. Let's see if he can get past him, but none to no avail. Halvor is going to be doing the same. He's going to hold back and see how he does. As the 2 Williams cars, the Mad G and Oreo Glass, they're quite close together. This very difficult session. Mad G puts in a good move on Oreo Glass onto that left-hander before the strip there. Very good move there from Mad G. Very good move. And Silver Fox is now going to try to look at the McLaren of John Mobes. Let's have a look how this will play out. Silver Fox now closing in on the McLaren. He's very close. He's in the overtake mode. He's going down to the inside of the McLaren. Ooh. And big massive contact. Was that John Mobes there closing the door on?
Oh no, that's that's not great there from who is it? Silver Fox on John Mobes. I don't know what's happened there, but they both got contact up there. But
I think was Silver Fox on the inside? I think he was. I've still thought John Mobes was done for, but he clearly didn't realise the McLaren was still there. So that will be a little bit looked at, to say the least. But these those two come out unscathed. Still no wind damage. So these cars are tough, to say the least. But that gives the 2 Williams cars 3 positions. And Silver Fox is, what are you doing? You can clearly see I was ahead, but at this moment in time, it doesn't seem to be happening. Right, so that's that fiasco all done. It's Mr. Wiggles.
Here we go, Mr.
Closing in on the Haas car of Mitra Dia. Can he get past him? Down the inside and gets to move finish. So Mr. Wiggles back into the lead on his hard compound tyres. Probelli is still holding on from Halvor. He's actually dropped back as Halvor makes a mistake there in the chicane section. Here comes Mitra Dia. Having another look. To know prevail, so he's going to hold back and see how he does. 2 laps to go, and 2 laps away from Probelli to become world champion here in SFR Division 3 in its inaugural season. Division 3, let's say it's been a huge success for SFR, and hopefully we are going to see it back again next season, and we are going to have more action for a lot of races to come. We got to say, Division 3 has been in this league, and we're confident to have it back next season.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, with the amount of drivers we've seen join throughout the season as well, has definitely helped with the popularity. Obviously, a full grid here today. We started with the full grid, of course, with Crispy Pro, Gogs, and Dom all retiring of this race. But yeah, no, Division Three has been definitely very successful since it first started back in. It obviously started this season. It came back. So yeah, no, Division Three is nice to see another division back again, and like I said, it should be back for next season. But here comes Mitchell Deere then, once again on Mr. Wiggles. He's only got about another 2 laps left to go on this Grand Prix. He's having a little look, but he does back out of it. He quite nearly hits the back of, well, he does hit the back of Mr. Wiggles, but no damage done. But Barely and Halver still swapping positions at the moment. But again, they've just been doing that pretty much since they both stopped. But at the moment, the closest battle really is for this lead position between Mr. Wiggles and Mitchell Deere. We have got some battles near the back of the grid between Origolas, Silver Fox, and John Miles, but they are starting to spread out a little bit now. Obviously, these guys were really close to each other a couple of laps ago, but at the moment, these two main battles at the moment is between Mr. Wiggles, Mitchell Deere, and then the battle for third is between Halvert and Burley. But as you can see, Halvert with that 3-second penalty, so Burley should get that position, no problem at all, as long as he keeps it clean. As the Vicar will also be looking to take P4 off of Halvert. He just needs to start to get a little bit more closer to Halvor, of course. He's on 2-lap fresher tyres than Halvor as well. So he has a good opportunity to maybe take P4 off of Halvor as well.
So Mitchell Deere now closing in, 4th of a second behind the Alpine of Mr. Wiggles. 2 laps to go as it comes towards Brass Monkeys. Is about to be laps very short. Now, you can probably see Mitchell Deere is not using the ERS. He's going to save the battery for the final attack. But here we go now down towards the inside. That's Mitchell Deere up into the lead as Probelli overtakes Alvor and into P3. Back he goes. But here we go. Last lap to go. Probelli has got one more lap to become world champion here in SFR. And I'll tell you now, it's been a great season for him. He's been very, very consistent. But here we go. The last lap. This is now versus Mr. Wiggles for the lead of the Grand Prix. Round turn 2 they go. 4/10 of a second between them. 5/10 per second. Now Mr. Wiggles will get the DRS now on He won't mind that because he knows he's got the long straight. As Halvor is decided to go for the overtake Probelli into turn 3. Was that wise there from Halvor? Because he knows that the last DRS straight is, of course, the Las Vegas Strip, so it's very much in the hands of Probelli to get third place outright and not on penalties. Here comes Mitchell Deere now, pushing hard to get the victory away from Mr. Wiggles, but I hope he's got enough battery saved in that car because he's got a very fast Alpine right on the back of him. So this is it, the last lap, last time on this straight, and this is it. Mitchell Deere has got to use that ERS to good effect because here comes Mr. Wiggles in the Alpine, and the Alpine and Mr. Wiggles again. Here we go down that back straight. Here goes Mr. Wiggles now down the back straight. He gets the overtake done. And Probelli who overtakes Halvor for third. So Mr. Wiggles is through. He goes now into the final time. Has Mitchell Deere got in a battery? This is it now, the final really straight now. Mr. Wiggles is defending inside. Can Mitchell Deere now get the victory? Can he get the victory done? No. Oh, it's not just enough. And Probelli has hit the jackpot in Las Vegas. Now world champion outright as Mr. Vigor does get 4th away from Halvor because there's penalties. Billy G comes home as 6th. Staniek will come home as 7th. Probelli will get 7th because of Staniek's penalties. Alice Hall comes home in 9th. And Doran will have to concede 10 if he does get overtaken by the McLaren of 3000. I don't think he will be, but well done to all these drivers for surviving Las Vegas, and congratulations, Bentley, our world champion here at SFR. He thoroughly deserves it for his consistency. He'll be very pleased with that. We have crowned a new world champion, an inaugural Division 3 champion. Bentley will be back, hopefully he'll be back to defend his title. If not, he'll be promoted up to Division 2. But wow, well done to all this lot for surviving. What a close finish. 17 thousandths of a second. That's a really, really close finish.
Yeah, that's we've seen that very recently between these drivers, where they got very close recently, especially in Division 1. I think 0.005 was in Austria between Harry Kane and Fireblaze. Obviously, Harry Kane got that win at the very end. But yeah, another close finish, and there we go. Proberli is the first Division 3 champion. So huge congratulations to him. And like you said, hopefully he'll be back next season in Division 3 to defend that title. And if not, obviously good luck to him in Division 2. But yeah, consistency was definitely key. And as you can tell, with 2 races to spare, he has wrapped that championship up. And yeah, huge congratulations to him. So here we are then with the results then. Mr. Wiggins, Burley in 3rd, Vic in 4th, Halber 5th, Billy G 6th, Preb 1 7th, Stank in 8th, Alex Howell 9th, Reed Bouts in 10th, Maggi 11th, Doran 12th, Silver Fox 13th, Mobes in 14th, further downfield 15th, Origlos Finicano in 16th, 17th in Brass Monkey, and Chris Big Pro, Gogs and Dom has all DNF'd.
Hello.
Good evening to Burley, and congratulations, you are the new Division 3 champion. How does that sound?
That sounds very nice. No, I've had a good season, so I'm very happy with the results. So yeah, feel I've been solid on most of the races.
Yeah. So obviously, we're going to start the interviews now. Of course, with obviously starting with our champion, and obviously finished P3 today as I do OWR. Becomes the first Division 3 champion. So Paberli, with that win now, with that championship win, how are you going to take the next 2 races? I don't know whether you're in a constructors fight at the moment. Obviously, if not, this is the first time I've commentated on Division 3 this season, so I don't really know that. Or are you just going to take the last 2 races for fun, just enjoy it, or are you in that championship fight at the moment? Constructors championship fight at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're in the constructors champions fight. I think we're leading, but not by much. Maybe Alpine has overtook us today. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go as hard as I can. I really like Qatar. Not so fan of Abu Dhabi, but after the changes, it's an okay track.
And obviously today we saw that you weren't really taking any risks. You weren't, excuse me, you weren't really taking any risks. You weren't very that aggressive. Obviously, was he obviously thinking about that championship to make sure you obviously finish the race and get this championship wrapped up?
No, I had a bad qualifying. I started 8th, so I feel driving from 8th to 3rd. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. I tried to gain on Wiggles and Mitrandir, but they were too fast, and they were in each other's DRS all the time. So, yeah, there wasn't much I could do.
Paberli, congratulations. You are our Division 3 champion, and hopefully we'll see you defend that next season. So congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, I'll be driving next season also. I think it's a really nice league to drive in. Everybody drives clean and fair, and especially Div 3 has been very good this year, I think. So thank you.
No problem. So we moved on now to our race winner, of course. Sorry, my throat's really hurting. Excuse me, Mr. Wiggles. You've won this race. First thing I want to talk about. How the hell did you get that amazing start?
Mate, I have no idea. For the past few weeks, my starts have been incredible. I'm going to say it's EA's fault and that my lights go out before anyone else because I was in first place before anyone set off today.
See, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, how has he got that amazing start like that? I know, I think Matt G got a drive-through penalty as well.
Well, I was in a party with him and he said he set off as soon as he saw me go and he got a drive-through. So there's a good chance it could just be classic EA.
Yeah, another glitch by the sounds of it. So you was in that tie battle with, who was it? Mitchell Deere, of course. He's finished P2 today. Just talk us through your race today and obviously the battle with Mitchell Deere.
Yeah, well, I was one of the only few to start on medium, so I was a bit worried, but they went off after about 7 laps. I started to struggle. So I thought if these ads can keep going, I knew we'd start to struggle. And then, to be honest, I think he made a mistake overtaking me under DRS with a lap to go because it just set it up perfectly for me. Unless he thought that back marker were going to give him DRS and it'd give him the advantage. But as soon as I run that last lap and I was behind him, I thought, I've got him here.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, it was a very good race between you and Mitchell Deere today. Obviously,
yeah, it was good. He's a good racer. It's his first year in here, but I've had some good battles with him this year. And to answer your previous question you asked Probelli, before the race there was 21 points in the constructors, so that should go out of the wire as well.
Yeah, so obviously he's still 88 points up for. Not even 8. It's more than that. I'm thinking of real F1 points, but it's not. We're totally different as it's 25 and then 23 for first and second. So it's going to be very close between obviously both constructors. I'm guessing you're going to do the same what Probelli did and just go for it and see what you can do for the constructors.
Yeah, that's it. But next week it's my mate's birthday and we're going go-karting Monday, so I'm not sure I'm going to make the race next week. So that could hand the title to Team Haas, I think.
Yeah, obviously it's been close at the moment, especially with Haas both being up there. And obviously last week you didn't have the best the best result. But as soon as you found out, obviously last week that you were out of that championship fight, was it just all go and just go for that constructors fight from now on?
That, and between me, Vicar and Doran before today, I think there was about 10 points separating us all for second.
Oh, right, okay. There's
another little battle there to go for as well. But yeah, me and Vicar want to win that constructors, especially seeing as though he says he's retiring this season, which he's not going to do, is he? He's going to do at least another season, seeing as though he's just bought a new wheel.
I can see that as well, then, if he's just bought that. Not Vicar. Mr. Wiggles, well done for the race today. That's the win for you. And from that, we're going to end the stream now, and we'll see you once again for tomorrow for Division 2. I believe it might be Jamie back once again for tomorrow's race. Obviously, commentate on Division 2, and then we'll also be back for Division 1 on Wednesday, and that will be again with Jamie and obviously myself as well. So thank you all for joining, and we'll see you all tomorrow evening for Division 2.